What is up, guys? Amalgamaniac here, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Reclamation from Beach Bob to Max Ascension. So, just a brief little intro for the next few episodes. All of these were recorded on separate days, and some of them were recorded out of order that I'm trying to make it seem like they're recorded in order. So just bear with me. My schedule has been sort of hectic, I guess. Just, you know, some stuff works for recording one day and then something else pops up. You know, oh, I want to record something that day. So I've been sort of sporadic and out of order recording the past few days. A couple weeks, actually. This intro will be in front of, I guess, the episodes going forward. Alright, so I guess that's all the explanation I needed. I was just going to let y'all know that these next several episodes were recorded out of order on different days, and yeah, have fun, enjoy the videos, and I'll see you on the flip side. What's up, guys? Amalgamaniac here, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Reclamation from Beach Bob to Max Ascension. So today, it's sort of a filler episode, I guess. Sort of the transition episode between solely Genesis Part 2 content and then bringing Reclamation stuff over to Genesis Part 2. So basically what this episode is we're going to be running a few tests on some questions I personally had, but you might be having them as well, on how efficient some Genesis Part 2 creatures are on the other maps. Like for example, some of the questions I personally had that you might be having as well, like what creatures from Genesis Part 2 can enter the boss fights on all maps, apart from Extinction. That's like a whole open world kind of thing. Can the Noglin control modded creatures, and what does it look like? How efficient are Shadowmane at stealing eggs from Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Genesis Part 1? Obviously referring to the Wyvern, the Rock Drake, and the Magmasaur. How strong are Void Worms compared to normal Wyverns on Scorched Earth? Can the Astrodelphus and Void Worm fly in Aberration and in Genesis Part 1? Although I am suspecting it's not going to be an issue on Genesis Part 1. Since the Astrocetus can fly, I assume the Astrodelphus can also fly. But that's why I'm here, to test stuff out. Can Tech Striders harvest the element veins on Extinction, which should be interesting. And this one's just a minor one, but I thought I'd add it anyways. Can the Maywing pick up the baby escort dinos? I assume it will not work, because the mission sort of hinges on you following the babies. So if you use a Maywing and it's actually successful at picking up the babies, then I don't know what's going to happen. So I will be open. This will be a sort of admin-esque video. But I will be using my own creatures. So I will not be spawning in anything like level 1,000,000 or whatever. Every creature I will be using for these tests are my own personal creatures that are like extra that I didn't mind losing. And I have a Noglin called Frumples, and I cloned him a few times so I could use them on different maps. You see cloned at the bottom, because I didn't want to use my own Frumples. So we got some Noglin clones here with us. We've got some Shadowmane, male and female. We have some Maywing to test that out, and we have the Tech Strider and the Void Worms. So, alright guys, so here's the first test. What Genesis Part 2 creatures can go into the boss fights on the island? Spoiler alert, I actually have already tested this in another attempt at this video. I had a bunch more tests lined up, but then I sort of got bored with it. They could have been fun, but it wasn't executed well on my end, so I decided to trim the list down to what I just described in the intro. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just let y'all see what creatures will be able to come into the boss fights on the island. But the island is all I've done. I haven't done the other maps yet. The island was all I got to in the first attempt. So let's go ahead and do the Gamma Broodmother. And I took off all of my armor specifically so I could die fairly quick. And I do still have my soul gun to trap up any of the creatures that do make it through, which I probably should throw the Frumples clone down. So as you can see, these three made it in. Although I do want to show you real quick, the Shadow Mane is fun on these boss fights, especially with all these minions that spawn. Well, not when you get trapped, but it's fun when the minions pop up, because you can go whoop. Oh, that one didn't work too well. Oh, never mind, it did work. Just keeps bouncing between all of them, which is fun. Whee! Alright, so, come in here.
Kill me!
Thank you, Genesis Part 2, for the Tech Strider having a bed on it. So that gives me easy access to come back here. Alright, so what about the Megapithecus fight? And like I said, I'm Oh, this is not going to be good. I actually don't need to die right now. I gotta last 105 more seconds. Oh boy, or else I lose all my stuff, just in case. I mean, this is the weak armor still, but I just gotta survive for 80 something more seconds. So as you can see, Shadow Mane, Maywing. I don't know why you would bring a Maywing to a boss fight, but it works. So yeah, Shadow Mane, Maywing, and the Noglin here. Frumples. Hello. So I just gotta last another 60 seconds. Now if I go cloak, will it see me? Ha ha ha! That was another test I didn't think about. Apparently the Shadow Mane cloak completely cloaks you from the boss fight. There's actually only a few things that can actually see the Shadow Mane while it's cloaked, from what I've seen. Those R tentacles and Rockwell's innards can see you if you're cloaked with the Shadow Mane, and the Carniflora can sense you if you're cloaked. As far as creatures go, I haven't really seen any that can see the Shadow Mane, which should make the egg snatching all the more interesting. Okay, now let's go ahead and jump between all these. Whee! Okay, now run. Uh-oh. Whee! Okay, I was like, do not jump off the edge.
Come on, Purple. Shadow Mane. Hit me! Ah!
Once again, thank you, Tech Strider, for the bed. Alright, so apologies for the shaders looking weird. The island bosses do that to the game sometimes. But okay, we got 40 seconds left, so let's go ahead and try the dragon, if you'll let me in. The Strider's capsule takes up a lot of room that hides stuff. So if I can actually get to it. Alright, so here's the Gamma Dragon. What all creatures will come in here. Alright, so the dragon fight, again same three. Noglin, Maywing, and the Shadow Mane. And the dragon does spawn in minions, but they're all like airborne. I think it's just Pteranodons and Dimorphodons maybe. So I kinda hope it goes ahead and smites me down. Have at thee! Hit me!
Hit me! Whee! Aw.
Alright, now for the Overseer fight. Well, crap. I forgot you have to get farther away for this one. Alright, so last up on the island is the Overseer. And spoiler alert, the Tech Wyvern and the Strider cannot fit through this door, in case you didn't already know. Like, the Strider's already taller than the door itself, and this door doesn't even open up all the way. So, let's go ahead and try this. Now obviously Frumples can go in because it's a shoulder pit. Shadow Mane can go in obviously. Well, if the Maywing wasn't in my way. The Maywing can go in. And believe it or not, I think the Astradelphus can actually go in. But once it turns into a cave, I don't think you can continue riding it. Yeah. Once you get to a certain spot, it kicks you off. So the Astradelphus can come in as like an flying attack dog if you wanted it to, but you can't actually ride it in here. So that's really the only change from the Ark bosses to the Overseer. The Astradelphus can come in, you just can't continue riding it. Let me go ahead and jump in here. You remember when the lava used to be insta-death? Alright, so the next test is, can the Noglin control modded creatures, and what does it look like when it does? At least we have a skiff here, so let's go ahead and find some modded creatures to test this out on. Okay, so first off, I actually don't want to show you what happens when you stick a Noglin on these NPC people, because I already know it does not work, because it also gives you the like invalid target message. But also, they have a habit of throwing a bola at everything that comes in their vicinity, so I can't actually properly test that out without losing this Noglin, I guess. Oh, there's actually a Sea King, but there's also a Ziff here, which I would rather not mess around with.
Okay, I do stay in the air. Cool. So, where'd that Sea King go? Oh, there it is. Ah, please, come back. Come back. Probably won't be able to do it, because you can't jump in the water. Come back! Ah. Oh, wait, can I run into it? Come back. Come back. Baby, come back. You can lay right out me.
So I need to do it to a land animal, because you can't do that, the pounce with the Noglin underwater. And like I said, I do have multiple clones here. Are you gonna let me go? Ah! I now have a Ziff. Yeah. Oh wait, now where is it? It should be on like the root. Where is he? Oh, I think I killed it. Inadvertently. That wasn't the button to kill it though. Okay, there. Hello. I can't move. Well, you see it. It's sort of not really on a slot, so to speak. Here's Elytra Campus. I'm pretty sure Elytra's too small, just like the Pyjack is, but let's go ahead and see. This is invalid target, since it's basically the same size as it is. Okay, so let's see if we can do a kamikaze on this acro here, because it is the right level. Oh, don't eat me. Don't eat me, sir. Okay, let's see. So it's right on the green. Where are you going? Stop. Got it. So yeah, this one doesn't have its proper slot either. It's just stuck on the root basically. But you can still do the attacks and such. Do the like defensive stance and the that thing. Yeah, it doesn't quite work correctly. Whee! Alright, so here's an Eerie Bronto over here. Yeah, I knew I saw it. It's in these trees here. Let's do another kamikaze down and see if we can snatch this up. Well, that Rex wasn't trying to kill it. Got it. Kill the Bronto. Kill the Rex. How much health does it have left? Oh, I did kill the Rex. Nice. Well, if I could go ahead and scroll out here. Okay, now the thing with the Eerie Dinos is, and why this currently works properly, is because Eerie Dinos is basically just a retexturing sort of regular dinos. It still uses the same skeleton in it and everything. So whenever Ark updates their skeletons, Eerie Dinos would update their skeletons. So that's why the Noglin is in the correct spot right now, because this is how the Bronto would react too. So yeah. And what's good about Eerie Dinos, actually let me go ahead and Get rid of this body. Oh, that's not the Bronto body. Bronto just drops a bag, that's right. Where'd the bag go? So yeah, this is the Noglin's good with taking out Eerie Dinos because you still get the implant. So yeah, once you kill something with your Noglin, you can harvest it for that. In situations like this, you really get to see how overpowered the Noglin is, because I can control a Vasta too. I don't remember what the socket looks like. Oh, that's right. Stay right there. Stay right there. Please don't eat me. Oh. Crap. Do not move. And whoop. Oh no, I missed. Front balls, no.
I failed. Wait, I can still capture it. Come back, come back, come back. Come back. Yeah, I got it. Frantically throwing stuff out here.
Okay, let's try that again. I know I have tried it before, off screen. I just gotta get close enough where I don't get killed. Don't kill me. Got him. There we go. And now I have control of a Vasta. A freaking Vasta. Use this Vasta to take down these acros over here. Like a boss. And then when I'm done with the Vasta, just assassinate it. Now here's something interesting I hadn't thought about. If you can use a Noglin to control a Rhea, and then while you have it under your control, you can harvest fertilized eggs for you. This might work. Level 122. I just gotta wait for it to get in the right spot. Got it. Okay, so it is in the right spot because, again, the Rhea is based off of Griffin, so obviously it would work. But now, can I do the egg stuff? Oh, yes, you can. Ooh, oh, the possibilities. So, in case you didn't know, you can use a Noglin to control a Rhea to get you fertilized eggs. So that is fun. Oh, and I actually forgot to show you where the Noglin was on the Vasta. I think because the Vasta is using the UD skeleton, but it's a bigger model. I think where it attached to was where the head would be for a normal UD. So like, it was in the same head spot, but it was like lower where it would normally be, I think. So I'll have to look into that whenever the dev kit updates. I think there's only one more thing I want to try. Oh, and it'd probably do the same thing for the Aegis as well, I'm assuming, because it's based off the trike, but it's larger as well, so it'd probably end up doing the same thing. The last test I want to try, which will probably result in the death of this Noglin, is let's see if it can control Forgotten Dinos, which I probably could have done while I was over here, but I wanted to save that for the end. Okay, so what's a good thing I can control that won't immediately get taken out? That would be the Forgotten Spino, probably. So, let's go ahead and test this here. It's still green. Now while it's distracted, there we go. Yeah. Take out this Forgotten Sarco. I assume I can take it out. There we go. Here we go. Like a boss, I think. Alright, there we go. And then, again, it's based off of the vanilla skeleton, just a different model, so the Forgotten Dinos appear normal as well for the most part. Alright, so I think that's the last test I wanted to do for the island, so let's go ahead and move on to Scorched Earth. Alright, so now here's the boss fight test on Scorched Earth. So let's see what all can enter the Manticore fight. And since the Manticore fight does allow flyers, I assume the Astradelphus and the Voidworm will both be able to come in here as well as the Shadowmane and Maywing and Noglin. Yes, so Maywing's here, Noglin's here, Shadowmane's here, Voidworm's here, and Astradelphus is here.
Hit me! I'm the only one here. Hit me. Huzzah!
Alright, so out of all those creatures I brought over, 6 of them, I do not have the Exomech unlocked, otherwise that would have been 7 creatures. But from the 6 I brought over, all but the Strider were able to go in. So this next test I'm going to be testing the Voidworm against the regular Wyverns, which I already suspect is going to turn out in disaster. And again, I apologize for these shaders. The boss fights do that, and I don't really know how to fix it without logging out, and I don't feel like logging out. So, I'm not gonna lie, we probably are about to lose Buddy Jr. here. This was my first hatched Voidworm from my first mate pair that I got. So, unless I'm able to hop off it and soul trap it before it gets killed, we're probably about to lose Buddy Jr. here. But yeah, we got a Poison Wyvern, a Fire Wyvern, and a... oh, I thought that was a Lightning. Is there a Lightning down here? No. Okay, I won't say a Lightning Wyvern. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens. Which I already know it's going to be very good. Of course, awesome Spyglass makes you zoom in. I think the saving grace for this is that it actually does do a stun, which will keep them from flying after you if you time it right. As far as damage goes, it doesn't do a whole lot. It's mainly just for utility. Like, okay, I need to turn my awesome Spyglass off, because I am probably about to die. I can't really fly fast and do it. So, like, you can stun Wyverns in the air, which is good for your escape, but doesn't do a lot of damage. Uh-oh. And I'm almost out of stamina. And I'm hurt a little bit. Have a sea bubble. Okay, so let's see if I can pull this off somehow. Stun him. Now, I have to make my escape. Okay. Those did not stun. That's not a good thing. But yeah, the breath doesn't do a lot of damage at all. It's just mainly a utility thing. Okay, so jump off and soul trap. Booyah. Now let's get out of here. Never mind. Go. Okay guys, so the next test is to see how efficient the Shadowmane is at stealing Wyvern eggs. So the trench is right down there, so let's go ahead and get to it. Oh, here's an egg right here. Perfect test. I assume it belongs to that Wyvern here. So here is the moment of truth. If you steal a Wyvern egg and you're riding on a Shadowmane, will they see you? Doesn't look like it. So if I jump off, will they see me? I don't think so. Oh, that one's red. Whoop. Okay, so I saw a Wyvern turn red, but now I don't. Which Wyvern saw me? Oh, there's one. It's this one right here. Which I don't know why, because that's a poison Wyvern egg. But yeah, I'm definitely getting surrounded by, oh boy. Oh, you really just landed on top of me, didn't you? Well, okay, you got up. Good, good. So I got surrounded by wyverns, but they have not seen me. So I'd say this test was pretty successful, and it actually did it a lot quicker than I expected to. So yeah, now I just have to find a safe place to teleport back out. And remember, the test is not successful until I escape. So they're all starting to merge on this location though. So let me just creep out it. Uh-oh. Why do you see me? Uh-oh. Oh crap. That did not work apparently. What about now? Am I still invisible? How did they see me before? I didn't have any weapons or anything pulled out. I'd been invisible. Okay, so it's still working. I have not escaped yet though, so again, this is not a successful escape until I've actually escaped. I just need to find a good area to pull my teleporter out. Okay, is this a good spot? Oh no, why do they see me? Oh boy, this is not good. Cloak, cloak. Oh crap, oh crap. Oh, no, no, no. Get away from me. Cloak. No, uh-oh. This is, uh-oh. I'm starting to think this wasn't successful. Got a juke, got a juke. Cloak. Oh no, this is not successful at all. Chain lightning. Let's see if I can kill him and get out of here. My health is still doing good. Okay, doing good damage, good damage. Uh-oh. And I keep forgetting the poison wyvern can hurt me. So, let's go, let's go, let's go. Uh-oh. That was not a good spot to jump. Cloak, cloak. Oh no. I think I've made a big mistake here. I took too long to pull out my remote, now they're all on me. This is not good. I definitely do not want to go in that direction. Okay, my cloak now. Just stay still. Maybe they will not see you. I need to heal. Please don't make me visible. Okay. And that's the wyvern I took the egg from. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Okay, how did you see me? I was still invisible. Is it like a temporary cloak? Because like I've been cloaked the whole time. Like what determines when they can see me? Okay, let me see if I can get around this rock before they see me again. I need to teleport out of here now. I should have teleported out like 5 minutes ago, but okay, if I can make it out here, this has been a successful egg heist. Alright, go. Put your remote up. I was pressing the wrong button. Okay. Whew. We did it. We did it. That was a successful wyvern egg heist. Yeah. Alright guys, so we are now in Aberration, and I'm curious, can the void worm and the Astradelphus fly on Aberration? Void worm can fly on Aberration. Confirmed. What about the Astradelphus? I would be surprised if you couldn't. Oh! Oh, it was just lagging. Yes, you can fly. I was like, wait a minute. Is it actually not going to let me get on? But yeah, you can fly completely with an Astradelphus on Aberration. So, yeah. Alright guys, so the next test I want to try in Aberration is how good is the Shadowmane at stealing rock drake eggs. Now I have a feeling I know how this is going to go, because the second the Shadowmane is hit with any kind of damage, it uncloaks. And unless the Shadowmane is radiation proof, you will never be able to go cloaked in the red zone. So there's times like this I am very thankful we have Death Inventory Keeper. If I see Cairo is getting ambushed, or not ambushed, if I see Cairo is getting swarmed, I am balling him up immediately, because he actually has some pretty good stats, and I didn't realize this was the Shadowmane I brought here. So let's go ahead and get to it. Like I said, if you go cloaked, you can't go cloaked because you're constantly getting hit. However, we are going to try this as long as we can without getting killed, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. Alright, so I finally found it. Should be right over here. Whenever we land, I'm throwing Cairo out, and let's go get some rock drake eggs, I guess. Can't get sidetracked. Every second I waste fighting Nameless. But oh, of course there's NPCs. I have not missed you people. Oh, there's an egg right there. It didn't see it a second ago. Oh, you have to get render distance, I guess. Okay. Just Nameless, but there's no rock drakes nearby at least. Okay, so let's get this, and what level? 120. Alright, let's get it. Just gotta escape. So let's be honest, in vanilla there are no flyers to help you get down and up, so there has to be some way to get from the radiation zone back up to where your base would be. Okay, so we're still doing good. We just have not figured out how to escape yet. And of course, I am now where the boss terminal is, which again is the opposite way I need to be going. Like, what? Somebody who normally plays vanilla, please tell me what is the default way to get out of here. Because I'm probably about to lose Cairo if I can't. I already proved I could escape, so I guess technically that's a test. So in conclusion, can the Shadowmane help you steal and defend yourself from rock drakes after you steal an egg? Yes. Can you escape with the Shadowmane? I have no clue. I never found a way up. I mean, technically I would say it's a fail, since I couldn't escape with the Shadowmane. But if I recall correctly, since this was recorded a few days after the Wyvern episode, the Wyvern section, I actually did teleport out with the awesome teleporter remote in the Wyvern Trench, I'm pretty sure. So I guess technically soul trapping the Shadowmane is a similar conclusion. So I guess technically it was a success. Now I couldn't really test what I wanted to test, since you can't cloak with the Shadowmane in the radiation zone. But I think it was still pretty well. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. Alright guys, so the next test is which creatures from Gen 2 can go into the Rockwell fight on Aberration. So, I actually didn't feel like spawning in the tribute requirements this time. I actually have the code for the boss teleporter into the arena, which basically tests out the same thing. Let's go ahead and test this out here. I think everything is in the radius. So out of the 6 tameable creatures on Gen 2, which creatures will actually be able to go into the Rockwell arena on Aberration? I'll get ball up Cairo first. Noglin, Maywing, and that's it. Just those 3. And I'm about to get smushed right now. Oh, I didn't know you could use tech powers in here.
Kill me! Please? Whop.
So obviously the ones that did not make it in were the Strider, the Astradelphus, and the Void Worm. So 3 out of 3 once again. Alright, so the next creature test is, can a Strider harvest element veins? You know, after you beat an element vein, you get to harvest the nodes that are left afterwards that aren't destroyed. We gotta beat this element vein first, and I've recorded these all on separate days because you can barely ever find element veins, and I finally found one. So, let's see if we can beat this one real quick. Hey! Element vein protected. So the moment of truth is, can a Tech Strider harvest element veins? It does not look like it. Yeah, I'm looking right at them and they're not being targeted. It's a little unfortunate, but it's understandable. Can my mining drill harvest these? A mining drill can't harvest this either? Oh crap. I guess I'll harvest with a pick. Alright, so the final round of tests is for Genesis Part 1. And we're going to start out with, can the Astradelphus and the Tech Worm, the Tech Wyvern, excuse me. Well, Void Worm, but it's a Tech Wyvern. So, can the Void Worm and the Astradelphus fly on Genesis Part 1? Because the Astracetus can fly, and it's considered a flyer, so I'm assuming the Astradelphus could, since it's in the same general realm as the Astracetus, I guess. So, I don't know, actually. So, let us go ahead and see here. Can you fly with the Void Worm on Part 1? No, you cannot. Flying mounts disabled. Okay, what about the Astradelphus? Yes, you can. So I figured the Astradelphus could, since the Astracetus could, but I actually didn't know if the Void Worm could or not. Although I guess it should have been self-explanatory, since regular flyers can't, but now you know. If you have an Astradelphus and you take it to Genesis Part 1, it can fly. Alright, so the next attempt is, can a Maywing pick up the baby dinos and escort missions on Part 1? Now, I don't remember. I guess this is an escort mission. I mean, ever since Part 2 came out, some of the icons no longer show up. But I'm pretty sure this is an escort mission. I do not remember if it's a baby, though. So if it's not, I know there's other biomes on this map that do have the baby escort missions. I can't do the ocean biome one, which I know is a baby escort mission, because I don't think you can do the whole put babies in the pouch thing when you're underwater. But if this doesn't work, I'll probably try, I think the escort mission on the snow biome. I think that's the baby escort mission, but let's see if this even works. I'm pretty sure it would not work regardless of which biome I did it on, because like the baby is set to go on a certain path. So
it'll follow us.
no, this is not a baby. Nah, that wouldn't work anyways. So let's go ahead and stop that one, because that is in fact not a baby. You just go ahead and go to the snow biome just to test things out. Okay, so baby Procoptodon. So it says in the name itself that it's a baby escort mission. So let's go ahead and make our way over there and see if this works. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Again, I'm not expecting this to work, but for science! Can I get it? Get in my pouch! Get in my pouch! I want to keep you safe. Keep you safe! Come back, baby! So it does not work. So that is good to know. Okay, so the next test is we're going to see how well a Shadowmane would be at helping steal Magmasaur eggs. So I assume the volcano isn't about to go off. And if it does, then we are out of luck. Let me actually set up a teleport point first, right here, in case I do have to hightail it out of here. Okay, so it's right down here. Oh, okay. So cloak, nobody can see. Uh oh, somebody almost hit me though. Okay. So they're usually down here. Now if I can jump down there without landing in the lava. Ow. Uh-oh. Cloak, 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 cloak. Okay. So there's 2 eggs right here. Hey, I also have a Vasta down here. I didn't know that. Cool. And hop hop. Whoop. Whoop. And now let's get out of here. Whoop. Okay. So none of them hit me and none of them see me after I picked up 2 eggs. So I assume they still won't see me. So yeah. And all I'd have to do now is get out before the volcano erupts. So I think that was pretty successful. Alright, so the final test of this video is to see which Genesis Part 2 creatures can come into the Rockwell fight on Genesis Part 1. So once I come in here and I find out which ones did and didn't come in, there's a specific way I gotta do this, because first I gotta ball up all the creatures that did come in, and then second I need to take off all my armor so I die. So again, as you've probably realized, in both of the Rockwell fights on Genesis Part 1 and 2, if you die, you just get teleported back to the boss terminal with your tames. If you time out, you're out of luck. So yeah, bad things happen when you time out in these final 2 boss fights. So once I get in there, I need to ball up everything, then take off my armor so they can kill me. So
G'day, survivor.
let us do this. Now I know the ones that usually come in cannot teleport overly large dinos. I assume that's talking about the Strider. Duh.
Here we go.
Like, oh, the Void Worm came in. That's surprising. Does that mean you can bring wyverns in here too? Wait, where's Crumbles? Oh, there's Crumbles. Okay. You can bring wyverns into this fight? Like, naturally? I didn't know that. Or is it just the Void Worm and they hadn't accounted for that?
Come get me! I'm gonna punch in the forehead. I'll take you all on!
That's it for this video, guys. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments down below. I hope you learned some stuff about the Genesis Part 2 creatures on other maps. And I will see you on the flip side. Ayy!